Joining the military is easy, but endurance and living is often difficult unless discharged due to health complications or retired after one's tour of duty.
Bottom line, there are places I think the Commander-in-Chief feels he needs the military energy. The military energy, in this case, I'm referring to the indefatigable character of the generals so far and the senior officers who have been deployed. Two, the discipline of the generals and military officers enables us to deliver wherever we have been deployed without wastage or delaying of time. Three, when the military has done its job, its core mandate of combat operations, it's also supposed to participate in non-combat operations, what we call operations other than war. And so the Commander-in-Chief, in his prerogative, can pull us into the public domain to give a hand in order to achieve the desired end state for the country to achieve socio-economic transformation.
These are 150 UPDF officers. All of them have served the nation in different capacities and ranks in the army. However, their services to the nation are remarkable and their time to leave the UPDF is up.
They are now retiring as professionals. This is a very great achievement. Your Excellency, this is a part of your wider visionary leadership strategy, which has brought us happiness and joy. In the past, the retirement for the army was anchored on the principle of running away. This army runs away, no retirement, but running, not even walking. That another one which follows runs away. Another one comes, runs away. But today we are happy. Our brothers who walked into the army are able to walk out of the army.
With your heads high up, well knowing that those who wish well Uganda and those you have left behind will remain indebted to your selfless great works in making Uganda a better place to live in for the current and future generations. Personally, and on my behalf and that of the Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, I'm short of better words to say thank you.
It is a practice in the army that often those who are due for retirement, they are prepared of the new life after their service in the army and how they can fit in the society and cooperate with civilians.
Somewhere that's whatever somebody sows, that's what he reaps. You have had their individuals. This is just a sample. Nobody selected them deliberately. You had, I think it was Kamna Nwire, who joined at Chamati in 1979. That means when we were coming from Tanzania. That's when he joined the 1979 war. Then you had those like Sebwao, who joined in 1983. So that means now that is the Nwero group. That is the Nwero line. So all of these, if it is a river, like the River Nile, it has got branches that we call in geography tributaries of the Nile. Now all these tributaries are what formed the UPDF, the NRA and then the UPDF. And therefore, the stability you see, which Lieutenant General Kidindi is talking about, that now people are retiring in peace, they are not dying, they are not being killed by, there is no internal cannibalism where the army was eating itself. So you have this opportunity to go there and become a local example. Now, one of the things we have been teaching our people has been the confusion which our political leaders do not explain. Even in the 1960s, when we were in the universities, they would teach us the difference between extensive agriculture and intensive agriculture. Now, this is a big problem because people can't judge. If you go to a place like West Nile, you find our people there growing tobacco. They say tobacco is a cash crop. Yes, tobacco is a cash crop. But who should grow the tobacco? In order to decide who should grow the tobacco, you must look at the average land holding. What is the average land holding in this area? Now, when you go to the Rugbara area of West Nile, the Rugbara land holding there is now 2 acres per family, because they have fragmented the land. So, if you have got only 2 acres, it means 1 acre is for food, for cassava. The only acre for earning money for you is only 1. So therefore, cotton, sugarcane, tobacco, even tea, even maize. These are products that need big land. They are part of the extensive agriculture.
Our dear comrades who are today retiring from active service, I greet you all in the name of our great and strong Uganda People's Defense Forces. For Uganda, our fatherland, no sacrifice is too great. The officers and men of the UPDF have demonstrated this commitment to serve the country over decades and through countless operations. The young soldiers and officers you're leaving behind, serving in Operation Shujaa, in Somalia, in Karamoja, and other places, are carrying forward this noble tradition. We are proud of them for following in our footsteps.
The Chief of Defence Forces, Gen.Muhoozi, presided over the ceremony for 150 senior officers from the 13th branch of UPDF at the Ministry of Defence and Veterans Affairs Headquarters in Mbuya.
Each generation must discover its mission, fulfill it or betray it. When Uganda was at the verge of total collapse, it took the command-in-chief to raise the occasion, rallying the Ugandans along a correct military and political line against the forces of tyranny, oppression and exploitation. As we retire, therefore, we carry forward a legacy of patriotism and service, having fulfilled the historical mission of our generation without betrayal. As we live, sir, we are particularly pleased that the UPDF continues to be respected and trusted by the people of Uganda, Africa, beyond, not to mention the invaluable contribution and sacrifices that our soldiers continue to play in different countries, especially in defense of our African homeland.
Our dear comrades who are today retiring from active service, I greet you all in the name of our great and strong Uganda People's Defence Forces. For Uganda, our fatherland, no sacrifice is too great. The officers and men of the UPDF have demonstrated this commitment to serve the country over decades and through countless operations. The young soldiers and officers you are leaving behind, serving in Operation Shujaa, in Somalia, in Karamoja, and other places, are carrying forward this noble tradition. We are proud of them for following in our footsteps. Today, we also remember the glorious comrades who died protecting Uganda from rebellions and terrorism, as the senior retiree was saying. May their memories live forever. So congratulations once again for completing your service and for being able to walk out of these gates with good and clean records. That is an achievement. However, you must already know that for some professions like ours, one never really retires. Being a soldier is not a job like other jobs. It is a vocation, it is a calling. You do not hear of a monk or a priest retiring. They can step back from a full-time assignment, like being a parish priest, but theirs is a lifelong commitment to the church. Similarly, we too are priests. We are also priests. And our church is Uganda. Our mission to have a secure, peaceful, and prosperous Uganda does not end because we stop wearing uniforms. Finally, UPDF intends to continue supporting our veterans economically after retirement. We are working, the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs is working on a framework for continued economic engagement with our veterans after they retire.
Among the retirees were 150 senior officers from the rank of Major to Colonel. They include 33 colonels, 78 lieutenant colonels, and 39 majors.
When Uganda was at the verge of total collapse, it took the command-in-chief to raise the occasion, rallying the Ugandans along a correct military and political line against the forces of tyranny, oppression and exploitation. As we retire, therefore, we carry forward a legacy of patriotism and service, having fulfilled the historical mission of our generation without betrayal. As we live, sir, we are particularly pleased that the UPDF continues to be respected and trusted by the people of Uganda, Africa, beyond, not to mention the invaluable contribution and sacrifices that our soldiers continue to play in different countries, especially in defense of our African homeland. We believe we still have energy and the drive and the will and dedication still be useful to the struggle if called upon. At one time there was no pay at all, followed by just the nominal pay until recently. I call upon my colleagues to use the retirement package carefully and wisely, as we were guided during the retreat in Jinja in January 2024. Some of the officers are retiring in advanced age, which comes with health complications and costs. We request a health policy from which we should continue to benefit fully to be fast-tracked.
The newly appointed Army Commander, Gen.Muhoozi, had the moment to interface with 150 UPDF retirees officers. He lauded them of their commitment towards serving Uganda throughout their time of service in the Army. Gen.Muhoozi urged retirees to maintain discipline they have had in the Army to attract respect from civilians with whom they are going to socialize every day. However, he reminded them of maintaining discipline they have exhibited in the Army as they join the other world of civilian life, where survival is determined by self-control and decision-making is thought twice before action is taken, unlike in the forces. The retirees demonstrated their commitment to have served their country for years through countless military operations in Somalia, Central African Republic, and Democratic Republic of Congo. Gen.Muhoozi assured the retirees that the young officers left behind serving different operations like Operation Suja, African Transition Mission in Somalia, and Karamoja would carry on the mantle and proudly follow in their footsteps as they continue to carry high the banner of the Pro People's Army. Gen.Muhoozi was quick to remind the retirees that the Army is not a job but a vocation and a calling. He told the retirees that UPDF offices will remain open to them and urged the serving officers to use UPDF offices to notify those in retirement of the essential developments in the country. Gen.Muhoozi appealed the retirees to utilize the veteran circles that are already giving a helping hand to the chieftains of welfare and production. The Deputy Joint Staff Human Resource Management, Brigadier General Kawesa Chigozi, told the officers that retirement is an important milestone that one can use as a favorite hobby to start a new adventures and enjoy more time with family, among other undertakings. Colonel Jafari Kasirif, on behalf of the retiring officers, paid a tribute and acknowledged the critical role played by the foreign heroes in combat and civilian life. The function was graced by the Deputy Chief of Defense Forces, Lieutenant General Samuel Okding, Commander Land Forces, Lieutenant General Kanja Muhanga, Chief of the Joint Staff, Major General Jack Bakasumba, Commander Special Force Command, Major General David Mugisha, Commander at National Defense College, Major General Francis Okero, Under Secretary of Finance and Administration, senior officers of UPDF, and family members of the retiring officers.
Uganda sisi wenyewe.